be like you got to respond to niggas with burner accounts with 14 followers. You know what I'm saying? That
Niggas be having random ass celebrities.
Six by six closure body weight. Hi, Felice. Sorry if I butchered your name. Hi, Mayra. Good morning, guys. The best. The best. If you're making a wig, I wouldn't recommend any other wig cap. This is the best for almost every head size. Which head sizes are just like between the inches of 21 up to maybe 23. Nothing bigger than that, unless you're in the other end. Okay, so let's get started. I'm sure you guys saw that I used the back of the lady coin, or the back of the canvas mannequin is protruding, so that would be the back of your wig. Now, this is a 6x6 HD lace closure body wig. Very HD. Please leave a like in the video, guys. Thank you. So we're gonna get started. Obviously, we're starting from the front. And you could always adjust your cap. And the reason why I like this cap so much is because it like stretches really well, and it sucks onto your head really well also. So it's a great unit if you're doing beginner friendly. How I would just put it on without knowing how to measure is just like this. I wouldn't pull it or stretch it too much. Just stretch it out to the point where it's flat enough to start your wig or to do your wig. Alright guys, we're going to get started. So, doing a 6x6 is way different than doing a 5x5 or a 4x4. So, it's really different. If you have any questions, just leave it in your chat and I'll try to answer it for you. Or I'll try to handle it for you. Alright guys, let's go. So this is the front of your unit. I'm going to move her out the way so you guys can have like a clearer, she's not taking up any visuals. I'm going to get her out the way. 1 second, guys. Alright, so that can give you all a better visual of what's going on. So you just want to make sure that the lines are even. You don't want one side pulled over more than the other. So I'm going to get started. Make sure you have your needles threaded. I'm just going to spray a little bit of water with setting lotion to clean this up. Pay attention, guys. If you have any questions, like I said, leave it in the comment section, in the chat, and press that heart on the side right there. Give me some hearts. Alright, that's good. So you basically hold it out. And because this is a wider lace, you don't really have to bring it too much past the cap because it will make the wig bigger. So because the model that I'm making it for, she's about right there. And I've been doing wigs for so long, I can just visually do it by knowing the person I'm doing it for. Alright, so what I do now, I leave it right there. I come back in. Oh, I'm just gonna go with this. And I grab it. Don't you guys just love the sound of the traffic? But sometimes do not push it in too tight because sometimes you might have to adjust it. So just put the pin there to hold it at this point. But always just go straight back. Don't pull too tight, just hold it in place. And get it down, but don't go down all the way because you might have to readjust and take that one out. Now, this is what I do. Sit her back up, turn her around, and I'm moving lightly. I'm not, roughing her up or anything. I fold the hair over. And I'm going to explain something to you guys, but just watch. So we're going to start from this side. You wouldn't start from, well, I don't start from the back, but that's why I say don't push it down too tight because you might have to adjust. But my goal is to get it right the first time. to get this flat, and we need this flat. And don't push too tight because we might have to adjust. So far, we're looking good though. So you see what I'm talking about adjusting? So what we're going to do is take this one out. Because everything has to be flat. But if you guys can see, we're kind of lean right there, so we're going to get that adjusted. But we're going to pin everything down first. Take this piece up. And the goal is to have everything flat all the way around. And I'm telling you guys, a 6x6 is way harder. So we got to get everything flat all the way around. And watch me get everything flat all the way around. That's what we want. So you guys see that gap there? We're going to close that gap up. So putting on a closure, it's not, it's not 1, 2, 3. You gotta like work with it, especially if it's honestly, a full frontal is easier than putting on a 6x6 closure. I'm gonna twist this up. Get her out of my way. Please like the video, guys. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers, and I do have a giveaway, so you can put your notifications on. So as soon as I get to 10,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away some cash, I think. I don't know. You guys leave some advice in the chat. All right, so what we need to do here is make this flat. And then we're holding that, and then we're going to check our back and make sure everything's good. If you need to use another pin right there to help you out, that's fine. Oops. Pin down, okay. There she goes. So this side is looking nice and exactly how I want her. See how she's just like perfect going around. Now we gotta get this side. And she has a giant gap. Like I said, guys, 6x6 is so much more tedious. So we're going to take this pin out again, or I don't know if we did it before, but we're going to take this pin out, and we're going to stretch this and make sure she's nice and flat. Sometimes if you have to put a pin right there to help out the situation, to get you flat, you can do that. Not all the way in, but see where I'm going with this. We're still nice and flat over here. And I'm going to finish working on this side. Let me grab like a couple more pins, guys. All right. I literally have thousands of these pins and they disappear on me. Okay. So we're going to pull this. Pull it. Pull it. Not too much strength, guys. Don't use too much strength. No Clarissa Shields, okay? All right, so we're just gonna like pull it to the point where it's laying. You don't want to stretch it out too much, you know? Then you can take this baby out and you see how she's laying flat? All right, guys, she's flat. She's flat. She's flat. And if you notice that the 6x6s, they have like a little curve, but like I said, I'll eventually pull the pins out and make sure everything is flat. But if you put your lace on and it doesn't have like a gap like this in the front, you did it wrong. This is not supposed to be out in like the whole lace in the front is not supposed to be laid flat because your forehead's round and this is gonna like suck onto your forehead. So it has to be a gap here, and that's how you know you did it the right way. This by this gap. I just took that out so I can show you guys. So see? So what I can do now, because it's a 6x6, I wouldn't usually do this, what I'm doing now, if it was, I want to say a 5x5. I don't really use 4x4s, but yeah, I'm stretching it out to make sure that the lace is flat under there. Nope, don't go anywhere. Put my pins back. Perfect. Look at that. This, perfect. Now this is our gap. And that's how far it comes down. That's why when I first put the lace on, I didn't drag it down too much because it always, if I pulled it down some more, the front of the lace would have been too far. It would have been all the way down here. So that's why I literally did, like, I want to say, pulled it down that much. Like that much past the lace when you're just starting. So what I'll do now, I'll just make sure everything's copacetic right here. Put that right there. So when I'm sewing, everything's good. And this is the right way. This is how we know we did what we were supposed to do. guys, you're not really seeing. Oh gosh. Yeah, so make sure you have a pocket. If this is spread it out like that, flat, you didn't do it right. And sometimes, not even sometimes, but when you're not doing it right and you spread it out flat like that, the top will never seem right. It will be something off to you and you will never be able to figure out what that is because in your mind, you're thinking that this piece is supposed to be flat on the mannequin. No, you're supposed to always have a pocket. I don't, honestly, whether it be a lace, whether it be a 13 by 4, worse if it's a 13 by 6, but if you're doing like a 13 by 4, 5 by 5, 6 by 6, it, even if you're doing a 4 by 4, even a 2 by 4, it's supposed to always have a pocket. A pocket. You know, that's how you know you did it right. If it's flat on the mannequin head, start over, start over. All right, so I'm happy with what's going on here. I'm gonna put a pin right here. And if this was a frontal, I would have actually folded it. You still can fold it like that and pin it down. So I'm gonna take the nice little space bun out and I'm gonna part it down the middle to make sure that everything is flat. And if everything is flat, you can part it down this way and then you can go back across like a tic-tac-toe and plus sign. And if the lace, if everything under here is flat and it's not buckling, you did perfect. But I hope you guys, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the check. I'm sorry. Hi, Harshita. I am doing, I am actually applying a 6x6 lace closure, HD lace closure to a wig cap. And I'm featuring my favorite wig cap that I always use and that I want my subscribers to use. If you're not using this, don't use any other cap. Any other cap. I guarantee you, I've had trial and error, so you guys don't have to. This is the only cap you should be using, and it's by Dream World, and it's called a mesh dome cap. They also have the spandex, but I never use the spandex. I always use the mesh dome, and it's very strong, so you don't have to worry about it ripping or anything. It's very strong. I think this might be the material they use for like, well, maybe that would be a little stronger, but you can you can use this for like undergarment if you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. So now that this is on, we're gonna part it down the middle and across and make sure that it's flat. This hair is so nice. Oh, I love it. All right. So I just bought these combs from my local beauty supply. They claim, well, it's cutting and styling set. They claim that you can use a lot of heat on this comb, but they burn. But they're still good. It holds a lot of heat. My favorite combs are the metal combs when I do flat iron or anything with heat. But, ooh, these feel so good. This is for like my finger wave. This is called an all-purpose comb. So this I use for my finger waves. Oh, I love how it feels. Absolute hot. That's what it's called. They have it in the rat tail, metal and rat tail. And they have it in the new rat tails. But this feels very strong. So this is the one from Sally's. Look at this. And this is the one that I just got. Look at that. What a difference. Hit the like. Yeah, I hope that answered your question, Harshita. I'm sorry it took me so long to answer. Hi, Beatrice. All right, so we're gonna part it down the middle. This is the, oh, Sally's is letting me down. I can't believe this is a Sally's comb, and they never used to look like this. Rat tail combs usually look like this with the, without the metal, with like a tail like this, and it would be like that, or maybe this. But it would be perfect. Like, I don't know what's this. I don't even like these for rat tail combs. These are not the rat tail combs you get in school or Sally's used to give you. But anyway, let me do what I'm doing. All right, so we're gonna use this one. See how flat it is? That's how you know you did God's work. Look at that. Everybody's nice and flat. No buckling. Oh, see a little buckle right there. See? Right there, guys. You see that buckle? But wait. That buckle belongs there because it's for the pocket. So we're not gonna fix that. Everything is perfect. Okay, no buckle. We just need to put it right there. I don't trust it. So that's why it's good to check it and go crisscross. If this was a 5x5, guys, this wouldn't happen. But because it's a 6x6, yeah. So we got that out. Make sure it's straight and flat. It is. Make sure there's no buckling right there. Pin that baby in. So we're flat in there again, but we still have our pocket. And everything is still flat on the side. I don't know why my new tripod is shaking that I just got from Amazon. But let's see. Okay. We're gonna sew this baby down, but we're gonna prepare her first. So we check the inside. She's all nice and flat. We're gonna sew this baby down. She's ready. And that's what we're looking for. But to make this easier and to make sure we do a neat job, this is what we do. Gotta braid it. Get this hair out the way. Please hit the like button, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So what we're doing, we're applying a 6x6 lace closure to a wing cap, a mesh dome cap. Oops, 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 so silky. I hate a messy work space, I'm sorry, guys. And by the way, I think this closure is an 18 inch. I broke my tripod, but it still works. I mean, I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off, guys. All right. And one wheel is definitely off. So I got what, 2 more legs to go on that one. Oh Lord. Make sure everything's nice and firm for me to braid it down. This side's a lot more here than the other side. Look how flat it is in the middle. And that's how you know you pinned on your lace properly. The back is flat. We have about the same amount of room between the lines. I see that I have a little tiny gap there. I could always, I mean, I move my pins all the time because I like to be perfect. But I can just pull that a little bit more right there. Nice and flat. Nice and flat. Everything's flat and ready to get sewn down, guys. So I hope this was a good tutorial of how to put the cap on. How to put a 6x6 lace on, because I'm telling you guys, it's difficult. And when I tell you, I've done trial and error of how to learn how to put a 6x6 on. And what a 6x6 lace closure is, it gives you more room for parting space where you can actually have a nice ponytail instead of like a 5x5 or a 4x4 if your wig is not a full lace. So this is like the next best thing up. They do have a 7x7 also, but I like the 6x6, but my favorite actually for my closure, I like 5x5s for me. So yeah, this is like, you guys ready to sew this baby down? And I'm going to show you guys how I do that. I have all my needles prepared over there and ready to go, because we like to, usually this whole thing is filled, but I already did another unit. So that's that's the thread and needles that I have left from the last wig I made. So, all right, we're going to sew this baby down. Guys, please leave a like. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and I'm giving away something when we get there. So please make sure to hit the like button. Get me out there in the algorithms. Let's get started and sew this baby down. So I already grabbed 2 needles from my I've had this for like, oh gosh, I think I want to say since 2020. I bought another one and it's not the same, so I just love my, yeah. But anyway, it's good to buy one of these to have all your needles threaded and ready to go, so let's go. And this is the hair I'll be using. I have 4 bundles of this to go with the, what the model wants with this. She wants a straight part down the middle, sleek, flat ironed, silk pressed, really straight with a little bit of layers in it. So that's what we're gonna do when it's all said and done. All right, so what I usually do, you can start from here or here, but because this is a 6x6, I'm going to start from here. So if there's any gaps or anything that happens or goes on, which it won't, but at least that gives you room to correct any problems or mistakes. If you're going up this way on a 6x6, you might end up with a gap in here, and you don't want that. So what to do is you start your needle from here in the back for the 6x6. If I do a 5x5, I usually start in the front because it's way easier. But because this is a 6x6, because this is the main thing. This right here has to be flat. If this gaps, you're done. You're done, and you don't want that. So we're going to start sewing her down this way and go down that way. So we're pulling and going down towards the front. All right? Let me start on this side for you guys. I'm trying to get this thing as tight as possible. Okay. And I like to go really close. Let's go. I'm gonna move everything out the way so you guys can have a clear view, because I don't like when stuff obstructs my view. Hi, Francisco. So you're not pulling too much because you don't want to mess up what you pin down. You just want to sew it down in the way that you laid it. So if you pull too much, you're gonna like kind of mess with it. What's the word I'm looking for? But yeah, just try to keep it in place and bring it down. I do reinforce it. Sometimes I might go back that way. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for dropping by. We're doing a 6x6. How to place a 6x6 lace closure onto a mesh dome cap. And how to sew it down. Don't pull too hard because you don't want to make gaps. You just want it to lay right where you placed it. Like I said, 6x6 are really difficult to put down, especially if you're new to doing them. When I first did it, I went into it thinking it would be like a 4x4 or a 5x5. Not the case. Not the case, not even close. All right, so now that I got that going, see that, guys? Neatness is the key, okay? Foundation is always the key. Don't want our stuff looking raggedy and scraggedy. Even though you can reinforce it and go back, but because I did it so close, I don't think I would need to. But sometimes it's good, especially if the model is not going to wear it like for 3 weeks or 2 weeks straight, because some people do. But if you're like going to do this as a wig that you take off every night, like a, what do they call it, glueless wig, this is good enough. Well, no, it's good to reinforce it. But if you're gonna keep it on for like 2 weeks or for like a week, this is good enough. But for me, my wigs last me up to a year because I don't like sleep in them. I don't wear it every single day, so they actually last me way longer. So what we're gonna do, we don't sew through this. See how this dark part right here? It's like 3 layers. So you go through the very first layer because if you sew through the whole thing, the wig is done. The wig is going to be done. Don't you guys just love the sound of traffic? But yeah, if you sew through the whole thing, this is not going to stretch and it's going to be a problem because it's not going to fit you, the mannequin. It's not going to fit anybody. So what we're going to do, we go through the first layer really thin. See that? Really thin. But it's going to be really tight also. You guys just watch. You don't want to see this thing, that band right there, you don't want to sew through that. So the best thing to do is try to reinforce the rest of it. I'm going through the first layer. First layer. First layer. Do not go all the way through. Do not, I repeat, do not go all the way through the darkest part. Up here, yes, go all the way through, but not at these parts. as you guys can see, I'm kind of pulling forward. So I'm going to stop this right here. But what I might do, because this right here is so thick, I'm going to reinforce it a little bit. I'll show you guys how I do that. So I'll just go back up real thin. Go back under, make sure it's really enforced. Hit the like button, guys, if you didn't already. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for watching. All right, so I'm not going to reinforce this part, but if I did want to, I'll come in from the bottom and go in diagonally to go through. Oh. Pull. Go back in again. That way, you know, everything is reinforced. But I'll get back to this part because I want to get to the other parts. Now that this is down, this is how we're looking in the front still. And now we're going to start. We're not going to go to the back. We're going to start on this side, and we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. We're going to start from here. And work our way down to the front. All right, let's go. Hi, Alexis. Hi, Mercy. Hi, Elvira. Thank you guys for dropping by. We're doing a 6x6 lace frontal closure onto a mesh dome cap. And now we're sewing it down. I just bought this thing. I hate when my stuff looks messy, but it's whatever. All right, let's start. So I'm going to start. I'm going to turn that and see where I want to start. So I want to start right here in the corner. All right. And I'm going to go, because we need friction. We need a little pullage, you know, even though we want it where we want it to, where we placed it. But just a tiny bit of pullage just to get it nice and firm. All right. There we go. Because that knot is so big, I'll pull it a little bit so I can cut it later. Push it back because the thread is kind of long. So we're doing the other side now, guys. Just a little bit of pullage, not too much. And if your needle, if your thread is twisted, get it out now. Save yourself the trouble. Okay. We're in no rush because we don't want our thread to get tangled, and we want to go really close and neat. What am I doing? Oh. If you see a little buckling like that, don't pull too tight. Just instead of going diagonal, just go straight down, straight down this way, straight down. And get that buckle out. Watch this. Straight down and close. And I make these. I might give away one for the holidays, so I'm gonna put up a post, and if you want to sign up to win a wig for the holidays, write your name, or just write something and say I want to sign up for the winning of a wig, so I can make a list. So when I do the raffle for the winner, I'll know who joined instead of going through blindsided. Alright, see how that's nice and flat and neat? Very nice and flat. Neatness is the key. Neatness is the key. So, and that's why it's good to go from the back to the front, because even if you see that little tiny gap right there, let me bring it closer. See that little tiny gap right there? I could always just go like this. Pull this out. Make sure she's flat. And I'm good. Nothing's, the front's still the same. Everything's good. Everything's good. Alright, so we're gonna keep going with getting her locked in. You should be a little lower so you guys can see. Yeah, that's better. And that's why you want to get it right the first time, because if you follow my technique of sewing, imagine if you didn't get the lace down right and you had to like take it off and start over. That would be a trauma. So always take your time. If it takes you an hour to place your lace down onto your cabinet and you're 100% satisfied, because if you use this technique, it's going to be really close to where it can't come off. It can come off, but it's like you're gonna ruin the cap that you just paid $4 and something cents for. You're probably gonna ruin the lace right here where you're supposed to sew it onto. So take your time, doesn't matter how long it takes you. I see a spot, I just go right back in there, lock it in. Today's Sunday. What you guys, do we have any chefs in the house? What are you guys cooking for Sunday dinner? It is Sunday dinner. I I found this guy on YouTube Shorts where he put up 4 different plates from aunties, uncles, grandmothers, whatever. It's so funny. He'd be like, "Whose house you going to?" So funny, yo. The plates be looking good. All right. Go up, under there. Mhm. Neatness, neatness, but firmness. All right. Remember what I told y'all. Do not go through this full band. It's 3 layers to this. Just go through the first layer. Now we're going to finish up right here, and then that's what we're going to do. Go through the first layer, not the whole thing. You could be firm without being strong arm and all extra pulling the hell out of it. You don't want to do that. Even though this cap is really strong, you don't have to worry about that if you're not, This cap lasts really long, really long. I mean, I have wigs that I made with this cap like 2 years ago, and still, I don't have not one hole in it. All right. Now that we got that in, we're going to start right here, and we're going to make sure that we do not go through the full band. So I'm going to lift at the bottom right here, lift it, and lightly pull back, forward, side, whatever you got to do to make it firm, but do not pull really tight. Okay, now here we go. So going through it with the first layer, the first layer. Reason why you don't want to go through the whole thing is because the elastic that's there, that's supposed to snug it to your head, it will not work anymore. It will not stretch. When I make these custom wigs, these wigs are not like the ones that you buy online that you have to like. These wigs that I make, they actually snug to your head, like it actually kisses your whole head. So you don't have to worry about no gaps. You don't feel anything. It feels good actually, like everything is nice and flat. So what we're doing, we're going through the first layer. Sometimes I'll go under to grab that. Yep, perfect. Because I can grab more of it when I go under. pull up. If you pull up, you can actually just go through it. See, I'm just going through the layer, the first layer. First layer, guys. And it's better to go from under when you get here. You know how I usually go this way when I'm up top? It's because it enforces it more. But when you go under, it gives you a more flatter. But it helps to pull up the thread, and it'll give you the first layer without you having to look for it. Alright, we reinforce the edges right there under the first layer. And I'm going back and I'm going to reinforce it because the thread's all almost done. It's done anyway, so just use up all of it. Hi guys, please hit the like button. Alright, so make sure that's enforced. I'm gonna keep going until the thread's done. Alright, we're done. I'm just going to go through the thread, just the thread. We're going to reinforce it. Yes. Just a little knot, just to, if I can do a knot, because it's really short. But. Alright, so we got the two sides down. Now we're going to get the back. Perfect. All right. So we're going to still use 2 needles, guys, even though we just got the back to do. Hi, Eve. EVE. Because, why? We want pullage on each side, but not too much, because remember, the sides are already down. So we just want to sew this in place, but firm. Let's go. Don't do this. This never happens anyway. I need to like fix it, but they never really tingle. You just gotta like take your time, do it right. There we go. Alright, so we got one thread a little. I'm gonna get another one. Hopefully I can find a shorter one because, okay, here's a shorter one. Oh, is it a long? No, this is a long. I was wrong, I was wrong. Okay, here we go. We're gonna use a shorter one. This is a small needle, but we'll use it. Alright, so we're gonna start from this side. I'm just gonna get that baby in. Alright, pull that down. Oh shoot, what's going on? And mind you, I am not in an urban area. Alright, so we're going to start the other needle because we want pullage on both sides. What's going on here? What's going on? This damn one trying to make my gaze is just... Alright. I hope everyone's okay because I don't know. Alright, and we're going to start this side. Ooh, they going fast too. They going fast. Alright, I'll cut that out after I'm done. Just turn my... Alright. Hi Evie, thanks for the glass of champagne. It's Sunday, I don't drink on Sundays though, you're right. I just told a fib on Sunday. I do drink on Sundays sometimes. Alright, so we got that going on. Because this is a 6x6, I told you guys earlier, it's way more difficult than just putting on a full lace frontal or 5x5 or 4x4. Please hit the like button. See, we're still nice. What is going on? What is this? What the? Amazon, count your days. Count your days, Amazon. What the heck is going on? Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties. Oh, this is crazy. This is absolutely madness. Hold on, guys. What is going on? Okay. Crazy. Technical difficulties. And I just set this up. Really? I just set this up today. It's a new freaking tripod. Oh my gosh. Oh my lordy. Alright, let me see. Let me see something. No. Because even if I put this in here. No, this is not how it goes. Alright. Alright. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is the tripod I just got from Amazon. I just took it out the package today, this morning. And it has another piece, but because it was so high, I took the other piece off. And this wasn't screwed? That's weird. That is so weird. Alright, I guess it's on. I guess. Oh boy. Good thing I never throw the box away anyway, so I might return it. Alright, let's continue. Alright. Technical difficulties. Hold on guys, hold on. Alright. So as you guys can see, we're still flat and straight across. So everything is going good. Another thing what I'm about to tell y'all. Do not, for the beginners that really just getting into making wigs, another spot you're not supposed to sew over are these lines right here. These lines. So try your best. Try your absolute best. Do not sew over those, okay? Alright, let's go. Alright, so here's the line. I'm going to literally go around it. But this is how you can close the gap in the line. You can go right beside it. Go down. Then you can go in from this way. Don't go through there, and then bring it over to the clear part. So that way you still got it down where the line is, but you didn't sew through the line. Because if you don't get it nice and tight straight across, sometimes you can leave like a gap, and when you put it on the wig, you'll see that, oh, that part wasn't sewed down. So make sure you try to still get that part down even though you're not sewing through it, if that made sense. So I'm just going straight down. I'm not a little bit to the right. And then I'm going to go start the other side. Okay. Come back over here. We got the ASMR traffic going on. And this nice visual tutorial. Hi, Optimum 2100. Hi, Dolores. Thanks for dropping by. We're almost done sewing on the 6x6 lace closure onto a mesh dome cap. This is where we are, guys. So you see, I am going to mother effing, what the, look, Amazon, count your days, count your days, Amazon. Oh my God. This is crazy. It was not doing this morning, so I'm confused. So this is like, what is going on? Okay. Jesus, take the wheel. Oh, literally. All right. I'm glad we're almost done because I have another stand and I have another something like this, so we're good. And the video is almost done, actually. If you guys want me to start the first track of the bundles, let me know. But I can always come back live today and show you guys how to start the tracks, because this heifer right here is after that. All right. Thank you. We're almost done. So you see all the needles we got hanging off? Oops. Is it coming off again? Oh, no. All right. If you... Okay. I'm done. I'll be right back, guys. Give me a minute. Give me a second, because nothing can stop this. Ta-da! These are what we used in hair school to put on the counter. Always have one of these handy because the tripods always break. Always. They always break. I need to come out with a tripod. But I guess they wouldn't make money if they didn't make them to where they always break, to where you're always going to need one. Oh. All right, so this one you just literally screw, as you guys can see what I'm doing here. Make it really tight. All right, and that's not going anywhere. Make that tight right there. Sometimes this slides off, yeah, but it's still good. I mean, it's Old Faithful. Won't let you down. There we go. Back in business. Count your days, Amazon. Count your days. All right. So always use two needles. Never just use one to try to go all the way around. You're probably going to need like 3 or 4 needles all at once to get this on properly. I should go grab an iced coffee, guys. I need an iced coffee. I'm going further deep up into the where you can sew at because I just sewed like towards the edge of it. So now when I go under, I'm just pushing the needle up to the part that doesn't have thread. And that way we're definitely reinforced because this needle was on this side and this one was on that side. So we're actually going crisscross now. And that way, you know, if this is going to be a glueless wig that you take off and on, it, it doesn't matter how much you like pull it because it won't pull away. The thread will not pull away because of how I enforced it. Alright, I'm very happy with how this came out. Alright. This is very enforced on this side, so I'm not going to go too much because I don't want the thread to become too thick to where it's not flat anymore. So I don't really have to knot it because the way I went crisscross, it's already entangled in there. So I can just cut it. And when I'm actually sewing on the last track of the bundles, I'm going to go do this one more time. So it's good. All right, so we have this over here with the thread still lingering. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to get rid of this baby right here. So we're just going to go up and force on. I try to use up all the thread. I don't like to waste thread. So I'm just going to go up under here. Make sure we get to the part that doesn't have thread and just reinforce. Alright, we're going to leave that right there. We can cut it because, like I said, when I sew on the last track of the bundles, I'm going to go into that one more time or really close to it. Alright, we can actually take the pins out now. We don't need them anymore. Yeah, you gotta be careful with these damn things right here. Oh. Alright, here's judgment. 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 There we go. Save. Alright, right here can take some thread, but I'll rather tack that down when I'm putting on the last. Right here. I can use some more thread. But I'd rather tack that down. You know what? Just for video purposes, let's tack it down now. So that's why it's good to take out the pins after you sew it down so you can make sure that everything is good. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut that. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, we're going to lock it in now. This one I am going to tie. Hi, Adosha. Adroya. I am butchering these names, but thanks for stopping by, hon. Please hit the like button. Alright, we're all good. Good. So this is what the front is supposed to look like when you're done sewing down your lace. Oh no, yeah, let me do this. Oh, that was good. I didn't have to do that. But yeah. This is what we're working with. So you see this, guys? It. So you see this, guys, how it has a pocket? What just happened? That was weird. How it just happened. Anyway. So you see this, guys, how it had a pocket? How it has a pocket. If your lace doesn't look like this, you did it wrong. Okay? Let's take this one out. Yeah. hope you guys watch from the beginning because this was actually close to perfect the way I put this on today. Well, with pertaining to timing, didn't take me that long, which they usually don't take me that long. I'll put that pin right there. And it's time to sew the bundles on, guys. Did y'all like that little tutorial? Did it work out for you guys? Who did it help? Who is going to take this and use it? All right, so I really don't want to pull out the braids because they might as well stay until I'm done sewing on the bundles. All right. Let's get this baby kind of neat. Well, we're done with her anyway, but I'll probably end this video right now and I'll come back with how to start sewing the bundles. Is that okay, guys, or you want me to keep going? Matter of fact, I think I should at least charge up a little bit, but I would like you guys to like the video and feel free to send me a super chat, or you can leave me a cash app at $Alicia Platinum, where I can keep these videos coming out, because as you can see, we have technical difficulties in the videos all the time. I'm always buying off of Amazon, like almost every single day. I have to repack that tripod, put it back in the box, return it, and order another one, but the work can't stop here. Can't stop, won't stop. I don't know about can't stop, won't stop, because obviously that one was stopped. But yeah, if you know, you know. We're gonna shoot. So the length that we're gonna start off these bundles this with is a 22-inch. And then we have a 20-inch. So we have a 20, and this is the 22. So what I'm trying to figure out is if I want to put the 20 first, and then put the 22 on top. But I think I'm going to consult with the model that this unit is for. So I will be back to show you guys how to start putting in these bundles. So this is the 22, obviously, and this is the 20. So what I was going to do is start with the 20 and then put the 22 in, and then this is how it would be. You know, close to one length. But if I start with the 22 and then do the 20, the end is going to be thinner. So what I think I'm going to do is start with the 20 and then go with the 22. That way we can be really full at the ends. All right, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys stick around. Today's Sunday. I'm coming back. I'll be back very shortly, and we're going to figure out how to start putting on these bundles. And we actually have 4 of these. So this unit is going to be really full and nice. Be right back, guys. I love you all. Thanks for watching this video, and have the notifications on because I'll be right back today. And remember that we have a giveaway for 10,000 subscribers. So if you want to be a part of the giveaway, go in the comment section. You can go to my last post, or I wouldn't like say to leave it in the chat. I would rather you go and leave me a message and say I want to be a part of the raffle for the 10,000 subscribers, and that way I'll have an idea of who's really interested and who really will actually deserve the wig because they actually took time out to sign up and tell me that they wanted it. So I'll sign back in a few, guys. I love you all for all the support, and yeah.